What's happening, guys? Welcome to Anime Casuals. I am Lucky, and yeah, welcome to our first Anime Casuals vlog. Uh, yeah, this idea kind of came about just because I was looking through our video library and just kind of realizing that wow, dude, there's not a whole lot of videos where we're just talking about ourselves. Now, I do actually have quite a few videos talking about myself because obviously I do a lot of individual videos, that kind of thing, which you guys will see Johnny and Michael do a little bit more in the future, and they're also going to be doing their own vlogs, coming a little bit later this week. So look forward to that. But yeah, I figured I would start our first vlog, maybe starting from the very beginning of my anime journey, which, from what I can remember, I thought at first it was Dragon Ball Z. I think I was kind of hoping it was Dragon Ball Z or Dragon Ball, but it was actually my earliest memory of anime was Sailor Moon. Actually, back in it should have been 1999 at that point. But yeah, it was. I just remember it because I felt so guilty because I remember I was watching it, and then I'd come to school, and then one of these days, back then, boys didn't realize how attractive women were, so they weren't trying to impress them, so they would just talk crap about them the whole time. And I remember these boys were like, "Yeah, she's stupid. She probably watches like Sailor Moon or something," and they all started laughing, and I was like, "Yeah, Sailor Moon." You know. And then I started realizing that I had a little bit of different tastes than most people. I think that might have started my descent into. I really love romance animes. So I think the romance between Tuxedo Mask and Sailor Moon kind of triggered my state of mind after that to kind of really like more of those anime. And yeah, I mean, of course, I love other anime, Dragon Ball Z. I mean, for that time, I guess I'll go into. So back in the Toonami days, for those of you that don't know what Toonami is, back on this network called Cartoon Network, they had this segment called Toonami, which I'm trying to remember how long it lasted. It seemed like it just lasted from like 5 o'clock till whatever, until Adult Swim happened at like 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock maybe. And basically, it was a segment where they would show anime, but they would English dub it. So it was kind of like the current the Funimation of its time, where it showed a lot more English dub and kind of introduced an American audience to this medium. And it was so, I think that really transformed a lot of people because all of a sudden, people were talking about anime more than what I remembered. But yeah, so that kind of started me off, watching things like, obviously Sailor Moon, Hamtaro, Tenchi Muyo, Yu Yu Hakusho. Yeah, just really Rurouni Kenshin. Yeah, some really good anime. And now I'm kind of looking back and I'm like, wow, that. Whew, I had a great childhood. But yeah, and then as I got older, things started happening. I started, once you start growing up, a lot of times you go through this weird phase. Existentialist philosophers would call it nausea, where you look at the world and it's not what you thought it was. So you start to get this nausea, this sickness from realizing that the world's different than what you originally thought it was. And people go through that phase at different times. Maybe it takes a lot longer, but for me, it was like when I was about 18 and I was diagnosed with mental illness, depression, social anxiety, and mania. And all of a sudden, I went through this phase where I was like, wow, I thought I was, because before that, I was this very chipper. I was a joker. I was always trying to make people laugh. I had just gotten my first girlfriend who was very attractive and was part of like the water polo team, and just it was a dream come true for an 18-year-old. But then all of a sudden, just everything caught up to me, and I realized I wasn't dealing with things as well as I thought I was. And yeah, so I mean, kind of fast forward a little bit after that, I had just maybe about a year. I was watching Naruto. Now this is a minor spoiler to it, but I won't tell you what the character is. So, but in Naruto, there's a character who actually go through a panic attack at one point, and you're just looking at this character and you're like, wow, I thought this character had it together. And it kind of like I guess it kind of made me look at myself from the outside the same way that maybe people were looking at me, like, oh, I thought this guy had it together. But you know, when I saw that, it was probably the most relatable moment for me, just because I was like, wow, you know, maybe not everybody, maybe everybody's going through something in their own way, and it really made me kind of accept that fact and accept that I wasn't the only one going through this type of trauma. Maybe not to that extent. You know, obviously not everybody is going to be hospitalized for mental illness, but you know, people go through their own time of this, and it really made me figure out that I wasn't alone. And I feel like that's what anime really is. You know, it's something that doesn't that really reaches out to different types of people, whether you're the romance type like me, whether you're, you know, more the fan servicey type like Johnny. But yeah, I mean, you know, whatever type you are, you really have your own, like, anime covers it. Like, there's so many different types of anime out there that you're never gonna run out of. Like, you know, if you're ever thinking like, man, I wonder if there's an anime about, yeah, there is an anime about it. I don't care what you're thinking about, there is an anime for you. And I think that's just so great, you know, in a day and age right now where things are, you know, I don't want to talk too much about, you know, world events or anything like that, but let's just say censorship is kind of at an all-time high, and for anime to be such a freeing avenue for people to get uncut content and things that you know, really you can't cancel. You can't really cancel anime. You know, it's really hard to. And you know, I really respect that. I really respect that we have this medium now that allows us to be ourselves, to think for ourselves, and to really, yeah. I mean, as you can tell, I'm just gushing over anime. I love anime. I love the characters that it brings. I love the way it tells its stories. And yeah, it's just so awesome. And I really hope that you guys enjoy these vlogs going forward. The rest of the guys in Anime Casuals, Michael and Johnny, are going to be doing their own vlogs later this week. And yeah, you know, I hope that this gets you to know us just a little bit better. And I hope that you guys stick along for the journey, because, you know, this is a very fresh channel and we're just kind of figuring things out. But yeah, you know, maybe you guys will figure it out along with us. And I hope you guys stick along for the ride. So as always, guys, keep it casual. Hey guys, thanks for watching my Anime Casuals vlog. Stay tuned for Johnny and Michael's vlogs coming later in the week. And remember, we will be doing these vlogs weekly, so rejoice and keep it casual.